How do I restart my career? I gave up my job when I had my baby, and now I want to get back. This was a question I was asked by a young girl who wanted to get back to work. If you like the content that's shared on this channel, do subscribe to my channel, Food for Thought with Kanika Saxena. So, why she thought of asking me this question is because I had resumed my career after a 20-year sabbatical, and so she thought I was the best person to help her out. Now, let me tell you my journey of how easy or difficult it was for me to get back to working after 20 years. I gave up my career in 1996 when I had my baby. When I gave up my career, the only priority for me was my kids. But even though I had given up my career, I had not given up my ambition. And I had this hope that one day I would get back to working. So, with that hope, I took admission for MBA by correspondence course. And then I could take care of my kids at home and also study for the course. In those days, there were not that many opportunities that you could take up courses online, and you had a choice of courses. So, but this was working fine for me. I was with my kids, I was studying, I was doing my assignments, giving my exams, so it was going well. And but after some time, I could not complete my MBA because we had to move to Dubai. And in Dubai, when my children went to KG and play school, I thought I'm ready to work. And I was fortunate enough to get a job. It was a tech job, considering my background of instrumentation technology. Of course, it was not a software job because in those days, again, software jobs were not that common. And anyway, I did not have a software background. I was into instrumentation, which is more about industrial instruments. So then I picked up the job. I hired a full-time maid to take care of my children. And but it proved to be a debacle because when I went to work, I was out of touch with my subject and I was finding it difficult to cope up. And not only that, my mind was entirely at home because I was thinking overtime about what my children are doing at home. So, with that, I found it very difficult and I quit my job just 1 month after joining. At that stage, I decided this is enough. I don't think I can ever get back to working. And I sort of gave up. But then, after 20 years, when both of them went to their respective hostels for their college, that was the time I thought of working again. And this time I was not looking for a tech job simply because in these 20 years I had not kept myself updated with what is happening in the world of instrumentation technology. A lot had changed and I was not aware. So there was no way I could think of taking up an instrumentation, a technical job. So what do I do? Well, I explored a few things and came to the conclusion that content writing was one area I could explore. And I got a job as a content writer. But over there, I was the oldest person in the company. I didn't mind that. I was given a meager salary. I did not bother about that. I was able to work and do well only because I had this learning mindset. And I was very determined that I have to make it work irrespective of what happens. I took orders from people younger to me. I learned a lot from them. And that was how I grew and I started performing well. So this is another thing. One, that I tried to upskill. Second, I had this learning mentality and I did not mind accepting the knowledge and the what you say the you know intelligence of my superiors who were younger to me, and I was ready to learn. The third and most important thing because of which I could get back was that I led a very disciplined life throughout, when I was a housewife. So even when my children were small, I would ensure that I complete all my household chores early in the morning. And as they went to the school, their tiffin and everything, when I made, I would complete all the cooking for the day. And like we have chapatis, only fresh chapatis would be made in the night for dinner. So the rest of it was done. The kitchen was cleaned. I would call the maid early so that everything is done. And I had the entire day at my disposal. So, with that kind of routine, it was very easy for me to adapt to the working life because I would complete everything by around 8:30 in the morning, including my bath, breakfast, everything was done. So, because of this kind of lifestyle, it was easy for me to resume, to get back to and start working in the office. Another thing I did was that I picked up a job that was close to my home. The reason being that I did not want to tire myself out. I was on the wrong side of 40, and it was not going to be very easy for me to, cope up physically. And in that, if I had to commute a long distance, it was definitely going to be tough for me. So, this is the reason I picked up something close by. And then everything went well, and today I have my own content writing firm. And why I've told you this story is because there are many takeaways for young girls who want to get back after a sabbatical. And now I will address specifically those mothers who have small babies at home and want to get back and don't know what to do about it. So, the first thing is try to establish a routine for your baby. Your baby might be waking up in the night, not sleeping through the night. So, what happens is even your sleep is disturbed and you're not fresh during the day. So, you have to work on it. It can happen. Don't allow the baby to sleep at odd hours. Try to establish a pattern so that the baby sleeps through the night. It is tough, it's not going to be easy, but it can be done. I have done it, so I know you can do it. So just make sure that the baby has a proper routine. The baby sleeps through the night, sleeps for a couple of hours during the day. This will help you stay fresh and alert, and it will also give you a lot of time on your hands. The second thing is something that I did, try to complete all your chores, that is, including bathing the baby and everything to do with the baby early in the morning. Again, that will give you a lot of time during the day. The next thing is try to encourage the baby to play with toys for some time at least on his own so that he doesn't require your attention all the time. Of course, you have to give attention to the baby. You have to teach him things. You can teach him how to play with those toys that keep him engaged for some time. So, when you do that, again, you will have time on your hands. And if you have a pattern where the baby sleeps for a couple of hours, you can rest, you can spend time on yourself. So, once you have established a routine, you have a pattern, the next thing is you work on upskilling yourself. You can try to catch up on what you've missed in your field. You can try to stay updated with whatever latest trends are. The girl who asked me was into web development, so she can study the trends, study what how AI is playing a role, and how she can learn to use AI tools. Probably, I don't know, it depends on your field. Everything is changing at such a fast pace. You need to keep track, you need to keep yourself updated. So that is one thing you can do. learn new skills, upskill. You can even take up some certification courses online. Today, there are so many courses available. So, once you take up a course, you will be able to upskill yourself. And this you will do as long as the baby is home. So, you're taking care of the baby, upskilling, learning new things. And of course, the course will not take the entire day, so you have sufficient time to spend with the baby. You have time to take care of your studies, your assignments, and this will help you develop new skills. And then once your baby starts going to a play school, or you can even wait for a regular school, whatever you are comfortable with. But once your baby starts schooling, that is the best time for you to think of venturing out. I would still recommend looking for something like work from home or freelancing, because that will still give you some more time so that your baby grows up a little more and goes for a full day school or something like that. But the choice is yours. If you are comfortable, if you are confident that when the baby goes to the play school, you have time that you can dedicate to your work, it's a good sign. You can get back to working. So, this is the way I would suggest that you can get back to working. This is something that I did, and I would recommend it to all mothers who want to get back after a sabbatical. So, let me summarize: have a disciplined life, a routine for your baby, teach your baby to be independent, and upskill. These things will help you get back to working. All the best. Hope you liked watching this video. Thank you for watching the video till the very end. If you like the content that's shared on this channel, do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram and like my Facebook page. Links are mentioned in the description below. Also, don't forget to read my self help books. Bye bye. See you next week.